Kicking you out.
Big fake fucking seal and it's tied onto that fucking
I'm
ring.
live.
Oh no?
I am live. Hello. Kicking him out. He's got potty mouth. Hello.
It's PG too.
Well, not that word, yeah. Hi, Angie. Hello. It's foggy. All right. I have another new setup here, so getting organized here. Thank you for the follow, Shirley. Okay. What do I got on my foot? Okay. Hi, thank you for the rose. Okay. I feel like I'm on screen out of the words and all of that stuff. Hello. Welcome back, everybody. So, I'm Victoria. I know some of you know me already. But I was going to go over try a couple of things live. But I need a paint palette to put paint in. And then, we'll go over some stuff. All right. Hello, everybody. So, welcome. If you have been kind of following along tonight or haven't, tonight we're going to paint on this rock. I call these love stones because this one actually is kind of heart-shaped. We're going to try and put that design on that stone. So that'll be something different. But if you have been following along with the community, I wanted to go over a couple of things I bought and idea. Oh. So the boyfriend is not working tonight, so he just crept in the back door. I didn't know what it was. So, anyways, I'm Victoria. I am a registered nurse and a nurse practitioner student that paints mandala style dot art for my sanity, so to speak. I'm actually going to mix a custom palette. I do that a lot in this live. Let me get this out of the way. To kind of show everybody how you don't have to buy tons of different paint colors, but you can if you want. So tonight I'm actually going to use this Hauser light green and baby pink. And then I'm actually just going to mix in a little bit of natural buff to make it a little lighter. So I'll have 4 shades. I painted this with natural buff. It didn't cover very well. Thank you for sharing the live. I know, I do too. Now, you were here, I think, when my friend showed up and she suggested the colors, so that's what we ended up going with. I need to get a paper towel. Hang on, let me get a paper towel. I don't want to trip on my cords. Oh, thank you, babe. Where did you buy? So Are you talking about these? I'm going to go over that. These are silicone, and I'm going to go over that. I'm just waiting for a few of the other community members to pop on that have been painting. We are kind of working on like ornament designs and stuff like that here and there, but we haven't painted on a rock in a while, but I'm going to go over that. Yeah. I do offer like my beginner shopping list, which those are on there. So if you want that list, I can send it to you here. There's a orange box, bottom left-hand corner with an arrow in it. If you just say, can you send me your shopping list? I can send it to you there. Because unfortunately, some things I can't say, like the names of companies. Thank you for the heart me, Dottie Nana. How are you? Hello, everybody. I am just kind of mixing up colors for tonight. I feel like there is a glare. So I have a new light, so I'm hoping this helps in some ways. Now that went the other way. So I want it that way. That way. And maybe that way. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that. Good. So let me put a little bit more of this in there to lighten it up. I don't know if it's going to lighten it up because it's actually got like a pink hue to it too. So yeah, I'm just going to mix a custom palette, and then we're going to try and put this pattern on this stone tonight. We're working on a love stone tonight. A little bit different than our previous lives, because we've been working on practicing smaller patterns to get ready to make like Christmas ornaments. But I do like the community kind of decide what we're doing from all the time. So tonight we had a few votes to work on a stone for a change. So that was cool. But I am going to go over some things that I've added to the shopping list since last week. Well, you've been part of thank you for the follow, Angel. The fan club for a month. Thank you. So yeah, we've been working on these are 4-inch rounds, and then this is a 3-inch ornament. So this center part measures about 3 inches. So you could technically get the center on there. I guess I should have one of the 4-inch ones out too. I was very happy with these ornaments. I've ordered purchased some of these before, but I really like the quality of these. So a 4-inch would cover that whole ornament, and then they are slightly rounded, so these would come around the side. But we're just practicing on, smaller patterns and stuff like that. So this is another one we did. Obviously not traditional Christmas colors, but the pattern overall is what we were going for. No worries, Tamfen, we're here. We're just getting going. You didn't really miss a whole lot. Hello, MJ. Thank you for the heart me. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. You did not miss anything. You have not missed anything. I was actually just mixing the palette for tonight and just kind of going over a few things and making a mess as usual. Hang on a minute. I don't know. Somebody was doing something and got in trouble out there. The chickens were going crazy. Okay, so no. So these are the two sizes of ornaments that I added to our shopping list. Now, if you have the shopping list, you should be able to find these exact ones. This is supposedly 3-inch. Yeah, this is 3 inches. And then this one's going to be 4. And remember, they're kind of rounded. So, in addition to these two items, I did purchase these from this company. And they are also on that shopping list. So, this one I used for this size. Now, the difference between these and these are a little stiffer. Okay? Yes, that is right. They're a little stiffer, and they don't really, they slide a lot on these plastic ornaments. So these have a little bit, they're silicone, so they kind of stick. One thing that was nice is you can use the other one to grip. Now, I'm not going to lie and say, oh, this was the easiest thing I've ever done. It was not. I did have to play with this. Okay? Why are you over there? You random. Oh, no, you're not random. You're just flipped over. So I did have to kind of fiddle with this. I would do it the other way, obviously. I would use the bigger one for this one. But this is a folded up t-shirt, and I put it on there just to kind of grip it. And then I put this one here. Now, I cheated. I did it like this. I eyeballed the edges, and you know how I like to do things. So, but the nice thing is this, like, folds around the edges. Okay? I'm not going to lie and say it was easy. Okay? 4. It's only 4. Can you believe that? That's 4. This one looks big, but it's only 4. This is 3, and that is 4. It's crazy. Oh, somebody must have said something. Yes, Tamfen, it's on the shopping list. If you still have access to the shopping list, it should be on there now. Sorry, hard to hold in place when your rock isn't flat. Yeah. So that's why I use that folded rag. It's actually like we got a bag of rags for like painting and stuff. Yeah, it did. It absolutely did. I agree. Because when I look at it by itself, I'm like, wow, already got paint all over it. But hang on a minute. I have no idea how that happened. I must have paint on my hand already. Oh, you know what it's from? It's probably from up there. Anyways, so I got those, and then Judy recommended this, or this is what I don't know if you guys can see it. Is it coming in? That. Fine. Okay, the only thing I'm going to tell you is that I'll show you. And I don't know if this is going to, when you go in here, it barely fits. So it has a tendency, see, like it moves it. I would really suggest, if they have this, getting a ultra fine. If this doesn't even say, it doesn't even say that it's fine, although the package did. If I were the package of pens that Victoria bought, where would I be? Oh my gosh. Anyways, if you choose to get a chalk marker, I would suggest finding an ultra fine because it's not very easy to work with. Okay? It could be a hair over. Well, and it's curved too, so it's got that kind of doming effect. Yeah, I would use ultra fine. MJ, I'm going to be honest, this is going to be the second year I've ever done it. The first year I ever did ornaments was my first year of painting. So I cannot tell you what I think is easier. I will tell you this. When you're making your lines, that chalk rubs right off. So if you make a mistake, sorry, muting someone, and you have to change something, they're going to come right off. Okay? Not a fan. So if there's anybody out there watching that has a recommendation for more permanent lines, guide marks, I would love to hear about it. So, okay, so that's the ornaments. Now, that being said, I'm still going to do it. We're still going to do it. I'm just letting you know what I have learned. So, yes, that is... so that's my next thing, Tamfin. So this is what I used. Okay, so it's extra fine, okay? The other thing you're going to need, and some people use the gloss. I just use this exact same thing that I use to seal my work with. I just use this, and it worked perfectly fine. I'll go over in more detail this part once people have what they want and are ready to go. We'll go over and we'll do that. We can do that live. That's pretty basic, really. It's just messy. I don't want to do the glitter when I'm painting or going to paint because it'll be all over everything. Okay, so that is all of the stuff that I learned. Again, love the ornaments. Definitely doing them. Just letting you know about, what I learned. Highly, highly recommend. If somebody, hi Diamonds. Hello everybody. Yeah, if anybody knows how to mark on those, thank you for the heart me. How to mark on them. I'm willing to steal that idea. Dry erase markers. You don't think that's going to wipe off too? You need something that's going to... I mean, we don't really hold on to them and do all that. I mean, I think the chalk marker for me would work. I just would have preferred that it was a finer tip, because that one is it's kind of hard. It's kind of... Anyways, that's what these are. Silicone flex stencils. Oh, they don't wipe off as easy? I got a dry erase marker somewhere in the house. I'll have to check that out. Oh, You don't use guide marks? Okay. I mean, I didn't when I first did them. So, but I did want to try those stencils. Oh, I don't know why I put them away. For tonight's project. Because I wanted to see how they would work. And I think they're going to work fine. Okay. Oh, let me plug in my laptop. Wow. Unplug this. Ow. Ow. It hurts. So I have a new light, and boy. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Sorry. My cord is twisted in the other cord. And then I want to plug in my laptop so that in case my phone dies, as it usually does, we are all set. Hang on. This is a lot going on under here. We have a small place, so I have to be very creative with my use of space. Hang on, guys. Oh my gosh. I swear to God, it's not dark in here. There we go. Oh my goodness. That was hilarious. I thought my phone would at least light up. All right, so yeah. So just pay attention if you do buy the chalk markers that you get the ultra fine. Now, I know the dry erase markers that I have are not ultra fine, so. All right. In this case, so you see how I painted the arrow? I mean, the V there? I'm going to actually line things up with that a little bit. Kind of what I normally do. Okay. And then, need my pencil. Painting blind, yeah, literally. All right, let's turn this up just a little. So, I'm kind of digging this new light. I just got to figure out how it works. Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm going to sharpen my pencil, so it's going to be a little noisy for a second. You'd think I've never been live before. I'm all, lights are going off. Yeah. We're going to use glow-in-the-dark paints. All right, so I'm just going to use my regular pencil because I know it'll mark on the stone. But my goal is we're going to try and put this pattern on this stone. So I need 6 verticals. So we're going to go, should we do, yeah, 1, 2, oh, so how many lines is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. Okay, so we'll do 8. Okay. So I'm going to just mark these off. So we'll do every other. And I already mixed the color palette, just kind of based on another viewer idea using green and pink. Green and pink. So I made the custom palette. Ooh, that's like nails on a chalkboard over there. Oh. So I do like this for this. Now, this isn't something I normally get to do because I don't have a stencil that goes over my rock like this. So this is exciting, something different. All right, so this one goes out here, that was there. Okay, and then I'm just gonna do all the horizontals. Yeah, so that's the only thing I like. If your pencil is, ooh, can you guys hear that? Oof, oof, oof. If your pencil, okay, we don't need these. All right. Okay, so yeah, your pencil. I'm just going to actually use a ruler to connect these. Because remember, we want to make it into that pattern, so I want to make sure that these guide marks are all right. All right, there we go. All right, so I got the beginnings going. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. No, the community had asked, we haven't done a stone in a while, so we were going to do a stone, but we're still going to try and do something different by putting this design on the stone. Hi, Lisa. We did, Marianne, we did. Thank you. I did post it. We found it. Well, he found it. Believe it or not, like, where he originally started digging, like inches from where he started digging, and then didn't find it. And then went back, and then he was digging around it, and then he cut the line. So now we don't have water here. Thank you for the follow. So we don't have water, but thankfully we have his dad's place next door, so we have water over there. But we found it. It's all gonna be fine. It's all gonna be fine. So anyways, all right. So yeah, we're gonna put this, even though it was supposed to be a snowflake, it looks like a pretty flower. And I think these colors are gonna be fantastic in it or on it. I don't know if I need this for this stone because this one's pretty level. So we'll put that aside for now. So yeah, so that's our inspiration. Yeah. Yeah, no water, but like I said, he found it. he's pretty convinced that from here on out it will be better than digging 6 feet in the ground for 20 some odd feet. So you can, we will vote at the end of this live as to what we do tomorrow night. So if everybody wants to do an ornament, then, we can definitely do that. Judy's not here yet. Judy's not here. Cece's not here. Quite a few people are not here. Okay. So, we'll need another color. I just don't know what. Okay, so I used baby pink, Hauser light green, and I mixed natural buff in to lighten them, and this is painted natural buff. I don't know why I really needed 4 colors. I really only needed 2. But, so I'm going to start with the green. If you're new here, I will go over the tools here in just a second. But remember, when we do that center dot, you need a big drop of paint. And you don't push down, you just tap. Okay, for those of you that are tuning in and are new to Dot Art, welcome. We use one set of tools pretty regularly, but I am finding out that not all of these tools are the same size. So that being said, and I do usually say this anyways, when I am painting, your dot, even if we had the exact same tools, your dot and my dot may be different. Is it dark for you guys? You had a water, oh no. Is the lighting for you guys okay? Because it looks good on my laptop. I just want to make sure. It looks more realistic color-wise, hi Kimber, than normal for me. Because like sometimes when I look on the laptop, it doesn't look like the right color. So, okay, good. All right. So normally, but apparently there's a lot of tools out there now. One side of your tool, they'll all be the same size point. Okay? The other side is going to have different size points. Small to bigger. Okay? Again, you don't need the tools to dot art. You can use a toothpick, a Q-tip, the end of a pencil, the end of a paintbrush. So you don't need them. Does it help when you're painting along with somebody? Like I have quite a few members paint along with me. So they like to have the same tools, but we're learning that they are not all the same size tools. We also will use acrylic rods from time to time. Normally in this live, like these are the ones that we would use the most. These are for bigger mandala paintings. Again, you don't need them. Does it help when you're trying to follow along? Absolutely. Also, I call these love stones. We haven't painted on a stone in a long time. And that's it for now. Raise it up a little bit more. Is that better? Thank you for the heart me, Jen. Hi, Jen. Okay. So another note, I always have to say this. Sometimes I'm like painting about, because a lot of the community members do like the overhead over as opposed to over my shoulder. It's about 12 inches from my face. So it can be difficult at times for me to paint well. Okay, so again, if you guys have any questions, I know there's quite a few of you out there. Don't hesitate to ask questions. If I don't answer it right away, somebody, out there in the community may. And thank you for being here. So I'm going to go ahead and do my vertical guide marks. But let me think this through here. So, what size though? So sometimes this is the part when you're doing a design, when you know your dot sizes, like how big you paint, this is kind of where you have to design it for yourself. Thank you for sharing the live, Lucy. I appreciate that. Okay. So we're going to primarily use the pink and green. All right, let's do the center dots there. I actually have to turn the light up. Hang on. Woo. Wow. Let me see what that looks like on the... Okay, that needed a little bit more light. Wow, that went from... Okay. So I'm just trying to remember what I liked best about that. All right, I'm just going to do something here. I'm just going to go with the lighter color around the center dot here. Which is really light. And I don't know that y'all can see that. So let me come down closer. All right, that's too light. So I'm going to get rid of that. So another tool you're going to need is Q-tips. You wet it, and then you carefully roll it towards you. Voila, it's gone. And that pink is just too light. So we will use the darker pink. So each dot gets dipped in the paint. Okay. Don't be chintzy, but you also have to be careful that you don't touch your last drop, because if you do, they'll end up running together. Thank you for the heart me, Lulu. Hello. Welcome. So I do, with the rocks, have to kind of rotate it around since they're just not really even and all of that. Gonna try and remember to get you guys in or out of the words, I should say. This first row is always a hard row when I have to... You know what? I'm going to actually go back to having this there so I can spin it like I need to. There we go. There we go. It's been so long since I've painted on a rock, I don't even know how to do it anymore. But this first row tends to be a little difficult because I got to see it. And last one. Perfect. Ooh, those colors are pretty together. You've watched for 100 minutes. Alrighty. I wonder, I think this is getting to be a pain too. Let's get that out of there. Okay. There we go. I was running out of room and things are dragging and... Okay. Next, we'll just do a bigger dot, and I'm going to do the same green. Again, just doing the that center section just to give it a little bit more of a flower pattern. And on this one, I just switched the tool and using the large end of the blue. So keep in mind the stone is not even, so that happens sometimes where your paint ends up in one of the crevices of the rock and just kind of does its own thing. But here we don't care. We just keep working with it and knowing that it's imperfect. Hello, Heather. How are you? Thank you for the follow, Sadie. Thank you for thank you for coming up. Fan club. I can't even talk. Fan club. Thank you for joining the fan club. Welcome. Again, if you are new here and have any questions, we are doing, this is what we originally started doing here in the lives, was painting, I call them love stones. They're loosely shaped like hearts, although this one is actually pretty nicely shaped. But we are also currently working on practice for ornaments for Christmas. Some of us are getting supplies, some of us have supplies, some of us, I have mine. I did some, I guess, investigative work. Hang on a minute. So when I get to the end, I always pause and see what can fit in there. I have a set of dowels. Yeah. And in the meantime, Lulu, find stuff around your house. I mean, you can use, the end of a paintbrush. Anything that's going to make a dot, you dip it in paint and it makes a dot. I mean, it might not be exactly the same size, but at least you can start getting familiar with like how much paint you need and stuff like that. Okay, so now we're going to start this part. Okay, so these are bigger and this actually gets smaller. So kind of like a walking dot. I'm going to see if the large, and I'm going to do the green. I'm trying to think. I'm going to do the lighter green and see what that looks like. So my goal is that I want to, Josh just cannot see it. Nope. You cannot see that lighter color. All right. We're going to use the green pencils with, yeah, see, that's another one. Yeah. Q-tips. Sometimes Q-tips are funny though, because you might get a little felt from the Q-tip on your project, but toothpicks, anything. I mean, I did buy mine, but then we've also learned, like I said, that some of the tools are not the same size as The other, as like all tools are not the same size, which I did not know that. Okay, so I'm going to make these first dots a little big because I'm going to end up making them smaller as I go. Toothpicks. Oh, you already got them. Okay, thank you, Jen. I was trying to, and I'm like, I couldn't. So then I just ended up doing the other thing. So just making pretty good size, and I'm actually going to not do it that way because that's going to be painful and take forever. So I am going to, in this case, use my acrylic rod. So let's fix these because these are not, there we go. Okay. So when you do dots, sometimes you tap, tap, tap to get more paint off. Okay. And then I will use this for the rest and walk them the rest of the way. So, okay. Oh my gosh. What is going on with the live today? It's because there's a lot of peeps in here. Wow, there is 118. Thank you for the follow, Lindsay Lou. Oh, I like that. That's cute. So we are working on, hang on, I gotta get rid of, there we go. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? I can only do this when we're live. I want to see, hang on. Okay. Go live with guest. Allow guest request. Auto accept request. Allow guest request. No. Allow co-host invites. Okay, I'm going to try. Okay, hang on. Allow guest request from followers only. Okay. So I'm going to try this this box thing here. Since we keep trying to do this, we're going to do a fixed panel. I prefer that. Okay, I'm going to invite I just want to see if it, actually, I'm not going to invite anybody. I just want to make sure. You got a new bunny. Fun. I just want to make sure that it works, that nobody can automatically get in there. Okay? So it does kind of move our viewing screen. Okay, so that's good to know. What is the bunny's name? I have a friend that has 2 bunnies and they thought they were both females, and guess what? They were not both females. What kind of bunny? Thank you for the follow, Angie. Thank you for the rose, Lulu. So, one of the girls, I used to go to school with a little boy that had diabetes, and one of his classmates, she had a bunny that she showed in like 4-H or something like that. Pretty cool. Ah, very good. Thank you for sharing the live, Lucy Joy. Okay. All right. So to give you all an idea of what's going to happen next, okay, I should have actually put those in there, but so we're going to do every other, we're going to change the colors. So just to give you an idea of what we're doing, because right now it doesn't really look like a whole lot of anything. So the first row we'll just do green. So I'm using the tiniest of tiny. And we're going to do walking dot. No, I guess not that tiny because I want to be able to see it. Okay. Just a little bit of an arch starting at the top. Okay. What do you do if your dots don't make it all the way to the end? You practice. So what I would do, okay, is that's a good question because I do go over that from time to time in the live. So let's talk about that real quick. So when you're using the dotting tool, and let's just go with the biggest one, which is the green, okay? When you're using it, and I can use this color now because, so you want to load it up with enough paint, okay? So that's the main thing. But holding it up and down and going slow allows the paint to come off. Sometimes when you get smaller, you can tap, 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 tap. And obviously this is paper, so it's more porous, but so the key is paint. This is the large end of the blue, but even if I don't tap and I just slow down, hold it upright, you can get pretty far. Okay, now if you have to make a lot of walking dots, like from here, you wouldn't need many. The more you get up here, you're going to need a bigger tool. So down here, tiny, and then you get bigger and bigger. So that's two key things: enough paint and the right tool, and practice, and going slow. You don't want to try and do all that too fast. You're not giving the paint enough time to come off the tool. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any other questions? That was a good question. All right, so that's that one. And then the next tool, I'm going to just get them lined up because that way and this is just kind of so that you guys can see what we're doing. All right. Then I'm going to use the small end of the yellow. And I'm going to do the pink. So we're going to alternate. Same thing, coming up here. And coming down. Starting up here. Now, I'm also very aware that I'm also extremely eyeballing center. So I should have probably done my guide marks here, and then I would have been able to be fine. Be right back. Dogs think they need food. Yeah, I know, right? So we'll try and get that so that it's not all. So then we'll, and to fix that, maybe if I go this way, you see, so we just try and get them centered. Again, I paint to enjoy myself. I especially when I'm doing these stones. I'm not really wanting to like focus on, I'm going to make these a little bigger. There we go. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to use the same size tool. That's the large end of the yellow. And same thing. Just kind of making an arch, nothing real complicated. And I'm going to go up in size in the tool now. So I'm going to go to the large end of the white and do the green. And now I know I need a little more paint. Okay. Oops. And I'm going to use the large end of the white again. And let me hold it up so that you guys can see where we're at. So now that I know I have to go a little ways further, use a little more paint. To get around. Okay. Making sense? Easy peasy. Thank you for sharing the live. I like doing the rocks because it definitely eliminates a lot of pattern where you're like, what pattern should I use now? Hang on, I'm actually going to, I gotta turn the rock this way. Okay. And now see how we ended up, and this is what I love about the stones. See how this is shorter than this? No worries, we're going to make it work. So we end up getting a little creative. You do your line or your dots as you normally would. But instead of, you're going to modify your pattern there a little bit. Actually, I should have done that differently now that I'm looking at things. Should have done that differently. So I won't come out as far with my dots next time. I'll stop over here. I'll stop shorter because the pattern was supposed to stop here. I just realized that. But you know what? It's still pretty. It's still pretty. We do a lot of modifying here. Oh, no. I didn't want to do that, though. Hang on. That I didn't want to do. All right. If you're going to do paint, if you're going to do dot art, you need Q-tips. Hang on. It's sketchy here. You wet it and you roll it towards you slowly and carefully. There we go. Oh, that's all right. That's easy fix. Okay. And let me switch this. So, yeah, we'll do here, here, and here. That's better. Okay. Well, it wasn't supposed to be that kind of design. It was supposed to be this one, and I screwed up. I went all the way to the edge. So that wasn't how that was supposed to go. That's all right, though. We're going to work with it. All right, so in this case, we're going to, I don't need you. So, yeah, it was supposed to be to about here. That's what it was. So, but I guess I'm not really going to be able to do that because that same pattern, because of the stone being irregular. We'll try. It's all about trying different things, right? What is the problem? When they always say that when there's a lot of people in a live, stuff like that starts happening. You get creepers. Okay. No. I haven't, actually, I don't think I've even, normally I hear from her. I don't think I did. I don't think I heard from her the past few days. Yeah, not sure that I'm gonna reserve my. I don't know yet. I don't know if I love it or not. Okay, so same thing. Tiny end of the pink, just to get these few in there to start. Okay. And then I can go to the small end of the yellow. Do that. Okay. I need another Q-tip. So this is interesting. So that, there, that's better. And then there. Okay. How hot is it there? 104 feels like 17. Oh gosh. Yeah, me too. She's usually here. It was actually not a bad day here. It was actually kind of nice. I don't even know if we hit 80 today. Yeah, she's usually here. I know she was having an issue with her like meds and stuff, but I thought she was feeling better. I'm coming for a visit. Yeah. Well, I mean, it it was hot for a while, but yeah, it's our temperature is changing a little too fast. I mean, we like it to stay summer for a little while longer. Not 90s and 100s, but we have had no rain though. That's our thing. No rain, so all of our creeks are like dried up, and I'm going to switch to this side for a second. There we go. Oh, geez. That's bad. Yeah. Okay, so going up in size now. Those first few rows with the smaller ones are kind of tough. Not gonna lie. It's a little wonky too. I feel like it's got a wave going on there. As opposed to an arch. There we go. Yeah, it is a pretty set of colors. It's just not the pattern is not what is happening. I was off to a good start, and then I was like, oh wait, that is not how that works. So one thing about painting on stones that are kind of rounded on the edge is similar to what will happen when you're doing ornaments with edges. Your paint can sometimes slide, so you just have to be kind of prepared that may happen. Not really any way to stop it. I mean, other than, you could paint, hold it for like this for a little bit. I think on this section you got off. Yeah, right here. Yeah, I sure did. That's what I was saying. It looks more of a wave. But I'm going for it. Just going with it. Well, part of what happened too is, if you remember correctly, at the end we have a swoosh. So these will have swooshes here. This is the one that I screwed. I should have stopped and not done that last green row. But yeah, it's more of a wave. But yeah, so because the stone is irregular, it's going to be hard for it to be matched up perfectly. So I think instead of going out and doing more here, I'm going to use this for my swoosh. So I'll do a swoosh here and a swoosh here. The problem is, I like to come all the way out, which I may still do. because I like to have the stone fully done. So what that means is I need more dots. So I would go one. I still want a swoosh though. So two. So I like the dots to come all the way to the edge of the stone. Okay, but obviously that one, that side, I can't go out anymore. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna use the blue and I'm gonna do the pink row. But in this case, similar, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna do one row of pink here, and that'll be the last row I do on that side. Because I wanna be able to do a swoosh here. So I'll do a swoosh here. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. I don't know. I'm making it up as I go, guys. You know, I make it up as I go. Yeah. But yeah, that, like I said, that did look more like a wave. Let me think here. Hang on a minute. If I do the swoosh here, and I might have to do one more row. One more row. Let's see. So we'll do this here and get that in place. And yeah, I think we need one more row here. One more. We'll do it like that. Okay. And then I'll do the swoosh. Yep, that'll be perfect. I don't know what color our swooshes are gonna be, but we're gonna I don't know, maybe I do need to, I think I have to finish it up the same colors. I think I have to. I don't think it'll look right. I'll just do them smaller. Yeah, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So then what color is our swooshes gonna be? Let's see. Let's see. It's gotta be something that's gonna show up because the white is not going to show up. Really don't want to do silver. What about copper penny? Or worn penny? Oh, rose gold. What about rose gold, if I can find it? Okay, hang on a minute. I don't know. I have berry. I don't know if that... that's too red. That's too red. Yes. What about rose gold? Could you please center that in the middle of the screen? Well, yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard for me to... I won't be able to paint that way. Yeah, we're going to use rose gold, and I'm going to do, I think, and two, what I can do is after this dries, I can come back in here and do the rose gold there, just right over the green. So let's see if I've never done swooshes on a stone. So let's see what happens here, people. But I figure I can do at least one. Pretty. Okay. All right. I think that's the color. I like it. History of the exactly. I swear. Okay. All right. So then the next one is going to be interesting. Okay. So we need to do our dots here. I'm going to just keep doing, I'm going to get the dots done, the larger dots. We'll do that. Okay, so far nobody has tried to get in those boxes, so that's good. I think I figured it out. What it is I did not do the settings correctly when I first did it. So that's good to know. There we go. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hold that thought, because those are all coming off. History in the main. Thank you for the follow, Sabina. You requested. Oh. There's a dolphin. I see it, Lenny. Marcia, you're in a box now. I think you have to turn your mic on, though.
Can you hear me?
I don't know if I felt like I heard you or not. Hello, Kendra. Welcome. Making mistakes and cleaning them up. It's always a fun time. You heard her? Okay. Oh, wait. Do I need to turn your mic on? Oh, no. Try now. Well, I don't know why I can't hear you. Who's trying to get in now? Oh, you know what? Hang on. My volume on my phone was down. Are you there? I think I hear you now. I can kind of I hear something from you, but not like
Damn.
there. Now I heard that. I heard that. I think you're just coming in and out.
How about now?
There you go. There you are.
I think I had my Bluetooth speaker on and it was interfering.
Gotcha. Well, welcome.
Okay, so you're hearing. Well, watch this, Miss Box Person.
What are you gonna do? Hi.
Hello there.
How are you?
Hi, I've been doing this with other people, so I thought maybe you might not know that we can actually show our faces.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not everybody probably wants to do that, but yeah, cool. Well, we figured it out. Now, somebody else was trying to get in there.
The crazy hair.
Well, I have that too. You just can't see
Yeah,
mine.
I saw there was there.
What's that? Now you're gone again.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, you didn't.
Me? You can't hear me?
No, I hear you now.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. There's a little bit of a lag. So I guess we have to
Probably.
wait for it to get to the person where they can hear it.
Gotcha. That makes sense. I wonder if
That's
that's
an interesting
always.
thing you're doing. Now that I'm not sure of. Whose idea was the wavy lines?
Well, we were supposed to be doing this,
Ooh,
but
I
on a
like those
stone,
colors.
and it's not really doing what I expected it to do, but I'm going with the flow. I'm just
Yeah,
I'm just going with the flow.
it's a learning curve, man.
Well, yeah.
We'll know
I
next time
I
that
when you try to do different things,
yeah, you'll know next time that that isn't something you want to do on a rock.
well, the thing is that pattern is new to me too. So I'm learning the pattern as I go too. But
Right, right.
trying something new. Can you hear me now? Right, Tasha? Well, I'm glad we figured this out. That is good. It just kind of stinks that there's such a lag in the do you think maybe it's just sometimes that it's that way?
Well, keep in mind, I am not on Wi-Fi. I am just on regular cellular. That might have something to do with it. And I am also noticing, watching you, that I'm catching a glitch now and then. So
Uh,
maybe the signal's weak.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Well, that's cool. I'm glad that you were able to get on there. I know somebody else was requesting at the same time, but I don't know who that was. I couldn't see. It does depend on the
I saw
connection.
that there
Okay.
was someone.
I'm reading comments now.
Yeah, because you look a little bit choppy, the actual filming part. So that might be what the lag's about too.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well,
I
that's
have now
cool.
expired.
What are you
I
working
have
on?
everything. Me, right now? Well,
Yeah.
I've been broke down for 2 months and we finally think we cured the problem. Today I got to drive my own truck for the first time in 2 months.
Oh, no.
Um, so I am, it's a money thing. I don't have the money to just go out and say, fix it. If I
Yeah.
did, I'd buy another van.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So I'm pretty happy. I'm mobile again and can go back to St. Augustine. I've been in St. Augustine or Jacksonville most of the last 6 months dealing with these issues. And
Oh,
I don't like the big cities. I like the woods and the ocean.
yeah. Well, St. Augustine and Jacksonville, I mean, they're not that far apart, but they're very different places.
Amen for that. Although I have to say, St. Augustine has become so populated and so crazy that even the little hidey holes I knew of as a kid, I mean, like what used to be potato fields is now World Golf. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's not conducive to my current lifestyle. Um, I thought it would be easier down there because I know places to be and places to be out of sight and out of people's way, blah, blah, blah. Well, they told me at the DMV that our population grew 16,000 in 3 months.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And they even suspect suspended property taxes because there's a surplus of tax money because we've had such an influx of people. We also have uh, top rated schools in St. Johns
Right.
County. And so everybody wants to be here for the schools as well as for the tourism. So I don't enjoy my hometown the way I did
Yeah.
5 years ago.
Yeah,
Um,
St. Augustine, I love it there. I mean, I haven't been there in a while, but I do love it there.
when you go back, you're gonna find it so much more crowded.
Oh
And for those,
man.
and for those of us that have lived there through the whole process, it's a freaking nightmare. It's a freaking
Yeah.
nightmare. My sister owns a little restaurant over by the alligator farm, so she's doing what she's doing okay. She's had it now, I think, 22 years. Um, so the business, being busy helps her. It's just not my preference.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that.
I think you and I have that in common,
Yeah. Absolutely.
given the choice. I'm out
Oh, you're breaking up now.
and go to the beach or whatever. I prefer being outdoors. I don't want to sit in front of a television all the time.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I agree with that. I agree with that.
I haven't been doing much painting.
No. Well, you should.
It's
You,
where
uh,
I am located through this situation. I have a hard time finding a place where I'm not in the dead sun.
oh. Oh. Yeah. I wouldn't want to paint in the sun
When I
either.
shady place, I paint into my friend's house, you know.
Yeah. All right. Let me
Gotta make a
see.
mess of
Hi,
this.
Lori. How are you? We're trying something new tonight. We have Marsha up in a box. Thank you for the heart me.
I got
Um, hi, Patricia. Okay. All right. Let me get back on track here. All right. I think I got a flow, people, of what I'm doing. Finally, it only took me 2 tries. All right. So I think the key is not to worry about it. The key is not to worry about it. So I'm gonna try and go over these 2 green dots here with this swoosh here.
I think
That should cover up.
maybe for me, I think I would have liked it better with the black background. The pink doesn't show very well. In
Yeah,
my
well, I
version
was,
anyway.
we're always trying something different in this place, So I was
Yeah,
trying to do a lighter background, like more of a pastel-y,
yeah.
because the color choices were like the pink and green, and I like, oh yeah, I already knew what pink and greens I wanted to use.
I love pink together. Pink and green are very pretty together. The pink is pale enough you don't see it much against that light
Yeah,
background.
and the background actually is kind of has like a pink hue to it too. So I think that's a lot of what's happening.
I'm
But
sure when you get it, the finish coat on it at the end, it'll make it pop. Like
I
when you
wonder if
open
we
it or
should do swooshes in between here.
Pretty
I don't
tight.
know. I don't know. All right. Let's see. What size am I using next? I think I'm gonna still use the pink one, the large end of the pink, and just keep going and stay with the same tool because it was becoming kind of a changing the tool all the time. But I didn't really know.
What was gonna fit?
No, I didn't. Yeah, exactly. Like that is confusing to me. What happened here? So, what did I do there? Oh, I'm just going with it. I'll fix it. It'll get fixed along the way. Nobody's going to even notice it but me.
It'll be fine.
It's all going to be fine. I tell you what, though, I have been congested for weeks. I don't know why. Ever since Frank had that cold.
Man, the allergies are killing me down here.
Yeah, it could be that, but I don't know. I don't normally have any. Oh, well, no, and I was going to say it could be because of that smoke we had, but I was like this before that.
Might have some sort of slight throat infection.
I don't know. Yeah, I think something's not right. All right.
I can see
Okay.
little green dots. Now it looks
Do you always follow our pet? Well, listen, this is winging it.
yes.
Lulu, I'm winging it. So it all started the other day when somebody wanted to see a snowflake pattern. And Judy sent me a pattern of a snowflake. And I'm like, oh, yeah, we can do that one. That's pretty basic. Mine turned into a flower. Okay. So then we were talking about doing this pattern on the stone. It's not turning out the same way, but see, I'm probably going to end up actually, I don't even like the rose gold. So I'm probably going to change that too. But
Did you do the blue one? Did you make that blue one?
yes, we made that Thursday.
I like that a lot.
That was a first time pattern and I had no idea what I was doing.
I like it.
So, Lulu, normally when I do the stones, I do this because it's alive for beginners. And the last two have not been beginners because I don't even know how to do them. So, this is what I normally do on a love stone. We just do dots in a circle. It's so much easier. But
Yeah, says the lady doing the teaching. 'Cause
yeah,
it took me
it's
to do my first rock. It's hard.
so much easier to not. So when I do the other, when I do the rounds, when I do these, Lulu, there are winging it per se. Like when I start one, I really don't know what we're going to end up doing on it. But there are some relatively common patterns that we do. You can't really do this. I can't do this kind of pattern on stone because the stone's too irregular. And then when you go to do swooshes and stuff like that, it's too hard for me. I mean, other people may be able to do it. And maybe there's something I could paint on the rock to, yeah.
Gesso is something that you use to prep pieces for acrylic painting, and it helps level out a bumpy surface.
Okay.
but it doesn't work well with watercolor, but it does work for what you're doing here.
Okay.
The thing, and by the way, I did read that a lot of dot artists really prefer gouache, and
Oh,
if I was working on that stone that you're doing right now, my background would be acrylic. The dots, including that rose gold, would be the gouache. And if I didn't like it, I could walk to my kitchen sink even after it dries, run water over it long enough that the gouache will come off, but the acrylic background would stay.
interesting.
And
Cool.
start it until you seal it. And then once you seal it, of course, you wouldn't be able to wash it off. That's
Sure, sure.
But I found that to be very helpful because Marcia can get paint all over the place making dots.
Oh, me too. I mean, I've got it all over
I
me
had
right
to,
now.
yeah, and I kept putting my fingers in it. I kept wishing I had gotten out my Lazy Susan to lay the rock on,
Uh-huh.
because every time I picked the rock up to turn it like you've got it in your left hand, invariably I'd stick my finger in something.
Well, yeah.
So that'll take some conscientious effort on my part to keep my fingers out of the way.
Oh, it is? Well, gesso, yeah, I know gesso is like for like canvases. I didn't know you could put it on anything.
Gouache can go on anything, and it does not have to be expensive. You can buy it all damn day long at Hobby Lobby for already in a palette for less than you can buy that acrylic paint that you're using. Because I go in there all the time looking at paint.
Oh, yeah?
I am the paint luster. I lust
Yeah,
for
I don't, like
paint.
I said, I don't know anything about that. I've never heard of it before until you mentioned that to me. Okay.
You can get expensive.
You can,
But
oh,
people
it can
don't
get
get
expensive?
inexpensive. Yes, but like anything else, so can watercolor. Some watercolor tubes are $30 or $40 a tube.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but the average person isn't buying those paints. We go to Hobby Lobby and get Winsor and Newton for $6 or $8 a tube, maybe 12.
I'm going to leave that for swooshes. Okay. All right. I got to think about the swooshes because maybe I should just do the color. This is really hard, you guys. I really am not. I think that's better. I think sticking with the color is better. What the one of the paint colors.
How are you going to get the rose gold off?
I'll just paint over it.
Oh, okay.
I just gotta wait for it to dry. Like this is dry, so I'll just go over it with the green.
I kind of
Like that.
understand why
Like that.
everybody uses perfect. I kind of understand now why everybody likes the black backgrounds. They really do make the colors pop.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. Anything dark, actually. Dark navy blue, anything like that would be pretty. But the lighter colors make it harder to see the dots. For me.
There. So
That's impressive.
that's way better. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's what I'll do. That's how I'll finish off the edges instead of the rose gold. All right, let me get back to the chat here. We definitely lost our little community that was we had quite a few people here for a little while.
yeah, there were
They
40.
All right, so let's see. So now I'm going to do green, and I'll stick with the same tool. I guess that's one thing that is going to be with the boxes is it gets me out of the flow of what I was doing. You know what I mean? Like you're starting to you're painting, and then you're like, my brain was like I was trying to multitask and it was not working.
Yeah, that's
Um,
hard to paint and talk too.
well, I do paint and talk. It's just kind of like one of those things where I was like, not able to like talk about what I'm painting. You know what I mean? All right.
Yeah.
So let's, all right. I think I'm getting somewhere. I think it's
Yeah.
getting somewhere. But I am going to have to say that I will never do it again.
Okay.
Yeah. No, well, originally, Aries, the way that we were going to use, well, this was a trial today because when I first did the boxes, random people were showing up in them. So I didn't do the settings right. So this was a trial to make sure I did the settings correctly. So now I know how to do the settings. But what they're going to be for is when we're painting at the same time, so that like a few people like CC and Judy sometimes paint at the same time, and then we'll like do like our reveal at the end. But that's it was kind of like trial, just like it was the last time. That it was an epic fail though. But it's not yeah, it's different. All right. So I think, like I said, I don't think I will ever do this pattern again. Let me see if I can cover this up yet. No, this one's going to be a little more difficult to cover. Only because but I got to get rid of it. It's driving me crazy. There we go. All right, that's better. Okay. The box that make it, okay, that's a good point. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close that out because that was another, you weren't the first person who was asking about that. All right, I'm going to close the boxes, Marcia, because they are having a hard time seeing it. So that's a good point.
That's
All right, I'm going to try and close it.
It might also turn out that you figure out how to not put the boxes there until the end when you want them there.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's what Aries was saying. So, all right, I'm going
Maybe,
to
I don't know.
All right, I'm going to
Okay,
disconnect. Bye. All right, let me open that back up, everybody. Thank you for being patient. Okay, so we're going to do full screen and shut that off. Okay. Is that back to full screen now? I don't feel like it's full screen. Is it? Okay. Okay. That is a good point, though. All right, good. Because even I was like trying to look at it Your connection is great. Okay. They were by people you knew, or you just noticed that they were gone? Thank you for liking the live, guys. I appreciate that. Thank you for being patient too with what we were doing there, because like I said, I the last time we just had randos in there and it was kind of weird. Thank you for the follow, Peppermint Patty. That's awesome. How fun is that? All right. Let's get this girl going. What do we have for time? And I know nobody is going to ever vote for this pattern again. So thank you. Don't do it. Just don't do it. We're not doing this pattern again until Victoria figures it out. There is something I'm missing when I do it. I don't know what it is, but I'm missing it. I feel like I get it, and then I feel like I don't. Like sometimes it goes on fine, and then it's a oops. So as far as like tomorrow, what do we want to do tomorrow? I'm going to be ready to paint because tomorrow's a long day for me. I have to drive to I have a patient tomorrow, so it'll be a long day, but I'll be ready to paint. But I need to paint my surface tonight because I won't have, like, it won't be dry in the afternoon. This one, the original. I think the dots were a little, they were closer together, but I do feel like the background is part of the problem on this one. I do feel like that's, the background being that light color is really what's throwing this whole thing off. But I haven't given up on it yet. We got it. Did anybody rehide them, or did they just took them? Yeah, it's really not, I mean, it's not, I think what happened is the rock actually, it's got a pink hue to it, but I think the rock itself is also part of the problem. The color of it, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It almost has a hue to it too. Yeah, I hope they kept them too. So I'm just going to keep going like I always do and not give up. Figure it out as I go. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. How are you? If you are new here, say hi in the chat. Tell us where you're tuning in from. We're working on a design that I've never done before, and I will probably never do again. But I wanted to see how it was going to look, so we're going with it. I haven't given up on it yet. Hi from Florida. How are you? Was it nice and toasty hot for you down there today? God, I sound so congested. Oh, it's terrible. Talking through my nose. Freezing? That is not the normal word people use for Florida. Freezing. All right. So this one I got to get all the way. Sorry. So when and then I'll do a pink. Oh, shoot. Okay, that's going to be a swoosh in there. I'm going to change that real quick. I'll just take the tool and try and turn that into a swoosh. There we go. Looks like a spider web. You know what? It definitely doesn't look like what it was supposed to look like. So I'll take spider web over, I mean, that's not. So this is what it was supposed to look like. This is what we did the other night, and I wanted to put it on this rock. Not coming, but we were going to do different colors. Not exactly. Thank you. I appreciate that. But we're working with it. We're working with it. I'm all about adaptation and not quitting. So pink again. Pink. Okay, so in this case, yeah, it does. And that was what I was hoping for on the rock because of, the rock kind of being rounded. I just did not. Okay. Back to the chat. The more paint, the more you paint, better. I agree, Lori. It's all right, what do we want to do tomorrow? I know somebody was very disappointed we weren't doing ornaments, but I don't know what everybody wants, what their goals are. I mean, I'm all about doing different things, so what do we want to do tomorrow? Thank you for sharing the live. Yeah. Well, that's like when I'm painting on the black and you can see the chalk marks forever and you're like, okay, you just got to wait. They're going to go away. They're going to disappear soon. Oops. Hang on. Boy, I've used more Q-tips this live than I think I've used in a long time. Hi, how are you? Yeah, I mean, it's But you don't learn if you don't try, right? There we go, moving along. Moving along. All right, so there's a big crack here. So I'm going to do the best I can. Well, it didn't come out too bad. Okay, oh, that should have been a swoosh in there too. Yeah, so that last with the green should be the swoosh. Let's see if I can fix that. I don't know if I can. Hang on, I'm trying to. Keep going till you get something you like. Yeah. Yeah, this should have been. A swoosh. Where's Joe to yell at me? Joe's not here. She's the one who always catches me and yells, no! And you just don't hear her. Okay, so. So I wonder if. What if I did this? What if I did this here? Okay. And then this here. Okay, sorry, I'm off camera. Hang on. There we go. That's better. It's a little bit off the paint, but that's better. Okay. It actually looks more of a like petal if I come off a little bit more. See? So, wonder if I should do that here too. Come off a little bit more. Okay. And then here. All right, we're going to leave that alone. Hello, Leiden? Leiden? All right, now we are green dots. Green, green, green. All right, moving along. Did I miss any suggestions for tomorrow? And I already put my finger in the paint. Perseverance is key with our dark background on a love rock. You want to do a rock. Okay, Jen. Jen, did you not want to put a vote in for tomorrow? Or are you working tomorrow? All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for liking the live, guys. You're off tomorrow. Do you want to vote for what we're going to do tomorrow? I'm going to make these into swooshes. This is going to be a swoosh. Make that into a swoosh. There we go. And then I'm going to just pull this off here. I'm going to pull it off. Make that into a swoosh. There we go. Wow. Come on. There we go. All right. So we finished that. All right. We have one rock request. Nobody wants to work on ornaments. Nobody wants to work on a 6-inch round. Nobody has any suggestions. A round and continue to learn the ornaments. Okay. A round. Do you want to do another small round? So those of you that are new here, okay, these are a few things that we did. I'm not even showing. Let's see. So these are some of the 6-inch round. The 6-inch. The small rounds that we've been working on. Oh, not that one. I'm lying about that one. To work on patterns for Christmas ornaments. So we did this one. We did this one. We did this one, but somebody wanted to see a black and gray palette on red. Believe it or not, if we did this in different colors, it would look completely different than it does now. This is another pattern that we can do on a 4-inch round. So that's what the rounds are. Normally when I do the stones, like I said, I do something that looks more like this. But you get to vote. You still get to vote to see what we're going to do. More of a dot pattern. I was trying something new on live, just so you know, like I've never done it before. So, but that's on the stone. We also do like 6-inch pieces, but like I said, some people have been working on Christmas ornament practice, so we haven't done a 6-inch round in a while. This is the one we did with a black and gray palette on a 6-inch round. So just, if you're going to make me pick, I don't know. Wish I could afford to send you. Well, why don't you try and do one? That's something I've never done, is actually done anything on, other than these stones, everything I ever do is on a round. You're scared. Yeah, but you said they're not that expensive, so just go for it. Or you have them. I mean, you don't have to go buy them. So that's a perk. All right, I'm going to do a swoosh here. It's a little a little early, but I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to pull that off because, no, I'm not. I'm not. It's just too early. It doesn't look right. You have so many. If I do that, 1, 2, 3, that. Well, let's see. I'm probably making a mistake here, but let's. Probably should have done what I was originally going to do, but let's just go with it. Just go with it. Okay. And really, all you can do there is that. Okay. And you just have to come up with what you're going to do, and then, oh yeah, okay, this is going to work out good. All right, and then we'll do our swoosh there. Try and match it up with this other big one over here. Like that. And then I'm going to do what I did on the other ones and come around like here. And I mean, I'm painting off the background, but that's okay. Just to make it look a little bit more how it's supposed to. There we go. This one should come up too, but it's kind of late. Kind of late for that. If I turn it that way. I'm just trying to kind of turn it down a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right, I'm almost done. Almost done. What do we got for time? 10:06. Yeah, so stones don't take us as long as rounds do. So that is one thing to keep in mind. All right, so this is going to be the last row of pink. Oh. And then we'll do swooshes. Okay. But yeah, I think for me, like I am so used to painting on black palettes that, oh no, that swoosh didn't come out quite as good. And I'm gonna try and, I think I'm just gonna leave it alone. I wanted to try and do something here. I just don't know. I feel like it needs something there, but I'm just going to leave it alone. What if I did this? I want to paint that in. I'm always scared when I try something new. I want to try and do lives when I craft too. But yeah, you know what? Listen, I'll tell you, I didn't really know anything about going live at all until so my background, and I don't know if you were here. Sometimes I go through all this, sometimes I don't. But I wanted to paint. And I was like, well, you know what? I could paint basic stuff, mandala, and at least be able to paint while I'm in school. So I just, hi, Jessica. No, it does not, Jessica. It was very traumatic. I'm just telling you. I was next to breaking point. It did not come out like it was supposed to. It was very hard. I mean, it is something. It didn't come out the way I wanted it to, but it is something. But that's okay. I mean, I'll probably sit and look at it and come up with an idea. And it is what it is. Like, it's kind of like you don't really know what went wrong. You just know it didn't flow right. And I even used a stencil, Jessica. I haven't put a stencil on there. But I should have done more guide marks, and I think that would have helped. Jessica, nobody's really voted for much of anything for tomorrow. So what, since you're here, is there something you would like me to work on? We had a vote for a round and like more ornament style paintings. Yes, I did go over that too briefly, and that the tools are not uniform in size, and that's crazy, because what I don't want to do is say, well, if you want to paint along with me, then you got to get, this, because otherwise it's not going to turn out the same. It's crazy. Ooh, neons. Ooh, do I even have neons? I know who does have neons. I must have some neons because I painted this at some point in my career. Long time ago. I can look for some. Yeah, well, all right. Do we want to do, I mean, it's not really Christmas colors. Do we want to do, we got 2 votes for neons. And do we want to do a small round, or do we want to do a bigger round? What do we want to do? We had a vote for a rock. We had a vote for, Jen wanted to do like Christmas ornament stuff. This still has guide marks on it. Probably because I did them when the paint was still wet. One of my small round or rock, 6-inch neon, small round. Small round. We got a couple votes for small rounds, but neon. Ooh, neon on a rock. You know what? Why don't I have a small rock already prepared. We could do a small round and that small rock tomorrow. How's that sound, guys? On a black background. Does that work? I mean, we can still work on the pattern. I gotta hold this out so that I know what I'm doing. Yeah, so we should be able, I mean, depending on how intricate the design gets, but Those are prepped. So then that solves that for me. I just have to find these colors. Does this neon, do these look like neon to you guys? I don't even know what colors these are. Like, where do these come from? Pink. Ooh. Fuchsia pop. I bet that's one of them. Oh my word. Yeah, I like the background. Like, we're going to get rid of you, friend. Oh, already gone. I have to say, when I watch the lives on the... So you're trying to talk to the the recording. Hilarious. That's hilarious. Why is that not going away? That's hilarious, Jessica. All right, so that's that color. All right, well, let's see if we can find some of these colors. I'm going to go with that as the green, sour apple. Ooh, that would have been a better green. We got two. Green and pink. Now we just need an orange and a yellow and a purple. Purple. I don't really know which purple that is. Ooh. Purple iris. Purple iris. I have to keep stopping myself. Isn't that funny? That's gotta be funny when, yeah. That's hilarious. I never really thought about that. Yeah, because none of it's edited, so you're like... All right, yellow and an orange. Oh, God. Yellow and an orange. All right, well, my prep work is going to be all done. That's fantastic. The only thing with the oranges, we got to remember that, you guys, is that it's sometimes... Yeah, there we go. Those are neon enough. Not very Christmassy, but it'll work. What do you think? Please check your network settings. Okay. I don't know. Yeah. So this was one I did like a long time ago. I mean, when I say a long time ago, probably about 3 or 4 years ago when I first started. I'm sure I was practicing with her or something. Just based on my spacing, and I was probably trying to follow along and too fast. But I like the design. The design is really cool. I mean, I think these are good. I mean, maybe I'll change out the orange, but I think those will work. I don't really have metallic neon. Ooh. Yeah. I got issues on the floor. Gotta go. All right. We'll see you. All right, guys. All right. So we are all set for tomorrow. Does anybody have any questions? There are quite a few of you here. If you have any questions, Don't hesitate to ask. It was a different live tonight. Trying to figure out the boxes and all of that. But I guess I could raise this up a little bit so people could see more of my desk. But yeah, but yeah, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. You did? Okay. I'll make sure to get it to you. You did it through the orange box here? Or even through a message. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Then you'll get, because I have recently updated that to include the new stencils, the silicone stencils, and the ornaments. Again, it's really just a supply list so that you kind of know. You don't have to get exactly what's listed there, but more for reference. But okay, well, we have our live planned for tomorrow night. Did you guys all see that did you all see this is what I did with one of the ornaments? If you follow me, then you would have seen. So our goal will ultimately be to paint on these ornaments, or some people are going to be painting on rounds. Because they do sell like it's kind of like an ornament shape. So, but yeah. So hi Lynn, how are you? We're just getting ready to get off. We're gonna paint with neons tomorrow. I was trying to do something new in the live, and it didn't go as planned. I was trying to get this pattern on this rock, and it didn't come out quite right, but we made it work. I mean, the worst thing that I have to do is I'll sand it and do something else. But that's what we did. Thank you for the heart, me. I'm good. Just finishing up. But yeah, so we're going to paint neon tomorrow, but we're going to paint on a small round, still practicing for like Christmas ornament stuff. And oh, that's pretty cool. That whole pattern is 4 inches. Isn't that crazy? Doesn't look like it. Looks bigger than 4 inches. Ooh. Yeah. And then we're going to do that. So, yeah. So I know some of the community members are wanting to work on smaller patterns. So we've been working on like the rounds, the smaller rounds. But I did get ornaments in that I really like. They're very much nicer than the ones that I originally bought. So I just prepped one with the glitter inside. And then, have you ever done anything on these ornaments? What do you write on? Do you ever write on them and it stays? Because the chalk marker I got wipes right off. Just vinyl. Yeah, this rubs right off. So somebody suggested a dry erase marker might work better. But I don't have any fine point to get through. I was just curious. So yeah, so tomorrow we'll keep practicing, and maybe I'll just go for and do an ornament. I have a patient tomorrow and Friday. I'm still working on a big school project, so that's really got me, because it's just not I'm tapped out. So the flow of my writing is very off, and I'm having a hard time with that. But so tomorrow we have it planned. So maybe Wednesday I'll do an ornament. We'll see. But all right, guys, I am going to go ahead and say goodnight. I will see you all tomorrow. We'll be here at 8 o'clock Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern. I am live Sunday through Thursday, usually Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern until about this time, 10:30. And good night. And yeah, we'll be here tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Good night. Good night, Lulu. Thank you for being here. If you have any questions, simply message me through my profile and I will respond. Good night, everybody. Have a good day tomorrow.